And to the left is my tomato patch. It's a 3x3 foot box which I plant my tomatoes in. It's just 1 foot deep. It's a very good source of tomatoes for us. Apart from the sunlight, which is very, very important, we also have the soil. Now you can buy good soil, but you can't buy very good, rich soil from any shop. You'd have to make your own soil yourself. For this, I need earthworms, because the earthworms help me to create very good soil with their worm poop. I'll show you this in a minute. Here I have my earthworms and I feed them. That results in compost. One thing is, earthworms eat certain foods, and those are the exact things that slugs also like to eat. That's why I have these potato plants here, so that when the slugs come out, they can eat the potatoes and not come along and eat my... So they're kind of a barrier so that they don't get to my tomatoes. So these potatoes are not really something that I'm going to be using. So it doesn't matter if my shovel hits it. I'm going to try and get some soil out. They like to hide deep down in the soil. These are my worms. They play a very important role in the food web of the soil. The soil is actually an ecosystem. It's got many, many organisms, mainly microorganisms that we can see with the naked eye. Some are very little insects, but then it's got earthworms and centipedes as well. Slugs also live in there, but the earthworms are most important. They help aerate the soil, and they help keep the soil clean of pests because of their activities. And when they poop, this serves as a very good compost, very good fertilizer for plants. Finally, when they die, the body decomposes, and this finally enriches the soil. So you see, the earthworm is a very, very important member of the soil food web. So we are going to be looking in this soil, because this is what we're going to breed, so that we can have soil that we call very good soil for gardening. I will be digging this out so that I can put some more food in for the earthworms, because they need to be fed. You can't just leave them without giving them something to eat. What happens is, if you're using this, you wouldn't need as much fertilizers, chemicals, but if you're using chemicals, you need to buy chemicals every year and fertilize your garden. But if it was earthworms, they produce their poop, they continue to have younger generations, so on and on and on. All you have to do is just feed them. You don't need to be applying fertilizers, and your crops will be doing well. That's why we are looking for these earthworms. And today I'm trying to put in food scrap, vegetables, fruit peels, banana peels, plantain peels. Those are their favorites. I'm trying to put that in so that the earthworms can have something to feed on. They are actually the gardener's friend, earthworms. Okay, while weeding my garden, I pick every little potato plant that I find, because I don't actually plant potatoes. So every potato plant that I find, I come and I put them around here, because slugs like to eat potatoes. This actually protects my tomatoes. I mean, we say potato, we say tomato. So I'm sure you're getting the difference between the two. So the slugs prefer to eat the potato leaves, and so that's a saving grace for my tomato garden. That's why I have the potatoes as a barrier on this side. So when I'm digging, they get broken, they still carry on growing, because potatoes are like that, they carry on growing. And then I get my soil out, I refill it, and potatoes will still remain. If I have any slugs that are in there that I can't see right now, when they come out at night, I think they are the ones feeding on this. You can actually see these potato leaves have been eaten. That's the reason why I have the potatoes there. Right now, I've got a deep enough space in my soil to be able to put in the food for the earthworms. It's just vegetable waste, banana peels, orange peels that I'm going to put, and also cardboards. What I've done is I've wrapped this food up in paper. This is how I keep them. This is the one I had last, that's why it's not wet at all. All the others will be definitely wet. You can see apple, carrots, orange, tangerine. I collect these over time and wrap them in newspaper and put it in the bin outside. These are whole plantains. I think they need to be broken. Now with this supply of food, vegetable waste for the earthworms, it's going to take about 6 months for them to eat it all up. You can see that the earthworms are not enclosed here, so they can always go away and come back. That's why I've put them all together, so they don't have to like just be living right in the middle. They come in, they take what they want to eat, and they go back to the other side of the garden bed and they do their show. Now I will put the soil on it. Going to be very well fed, and as you can see, the soil level is getting higher and higher, and I'll have to stop at this point. And I've got this amount of compost for myself, which I can use for 2 pots for another plant. So that's how I've turned my food waste into soil. Because when I come back in 6 months, I've told you it takes time to make good soil. When I come back in 3 to 6 months, all I'm going to find again is just the earthworms and soil, and I can have spare soil to use. I don't believe in rushing things. To make good soil, it takes time. Just a little. You don't want to drown them. Just a little water and let them find their way. And that is how I feed the worms, and I've created compost. Thank you very much. My eyes are watering now. The earthworm gave me a scare. Thank you very much for watching. Let's come back again and see how well the compost gives me a very beautiful harvest, because the earthworms do a great job. Please like, comment and subscribe if you like my work. Subscribe. Is it there?
I don't know.
There's no worm, it's just the soil.
What kind of silly soil is that?
You want to see your foot?
Yeah, this is an example of when things go wrong. But I thought there was an earthworm in my